For years, people in Michigan reported seeing something in the woods. Not a wolf, not a man, something in between. At first, the stories sounded like exaggerations, late-night sightings, shapes in the trees, eyes reflecting light where nothing should be standing. But the reports didn't stop. They kept coming from different places, different people, describing the same thing. Some of the earliest accounts go back more than a century. Loggers working deep in the forests of northern Michigan described something moving just beyond the tree line. Large, upright, fast. At night, they said they could hear it moving around their camps, branches snapping, footsteps that didn't match any animal they knew. One man claimed he saw it clearly for a few seconds. He said it stood on two legs, but didn't move like a person. He left the area the next morning. Decades later, the stories returned. Campers, hunters, people driving alone at night. Most of them described the same moment. They would notice something at the edge of the road or just beyond the trees, and then realize it was standing upright. Too tall to be a wolf, too unnatural to be human. Some said it watched them. Others said it moved when they weren't looking directly at it. And almost all of them said the same thing after. They didn't stay to find out what it was. As more reports came in, certain details started repeating. The location, always near dense forest. The time, usually late at night. The behavior, quiet, controlled, almost deliberate. It didn't chase people. It didn't make noise unless it wanted to be heard. It stayed just far enough away to be seen, but never clearly enough to be understood. And that's what made it worse. Because people weren't describing an attack, they were describing something that was aware of them. One of the most well-known encounters happened on a quiet road outside a wooded area. A man was driving home late at night. No traffic, no lights, just forest on both sides. As he turned a corner, his headlights caught something standing near the edge of the road. At first, he thought it was a deer. Then it moved. It stepped forward, on two legs. Tall, lean, covered in dark fur. He slowed down, not because he wanted to, but because he couldn't process what he was seeing. The thing didn't run. It didn't react. It just stood there, watching him. Then, without any sudden movement, it turned and walked back into the trees. He drove the rest of the way home without stopping and didn't talk about it for years. Over time, people gave it a name. Some called it the Wolfman. Others avoided naming it at all, because naming it made it feel real. Skeptics say it's misidentified animals, stories passed down and exaggerated over time. But that doesn't explain why the descriptions are so similar, or why people who've seen it don't tell their stories like legends. They tell them like something they experienced once and don't want to experience again. There's no official explanation, no confirmed evidence, no clear answer. Just reports that continue to appear every few years from people who didn't expect to see anything at all. And that leaves one question, not what it is, but why it's still being seen. The forests of Michigan are still there, quiet, unchanged, and for most people, completely normal. But every now and then, someone driving late at night or walking just a little too far into the trees notices something standing where nothing should be. Not moving, not hiding, just watching. And by the time they realize what they're looking at, it's already gone.